Hello everybody, this is the next stream of my walkthrough of the visual novel The House in Fata Morgana. It's the fourth part of our journey in this gloomy story of a mansion which exists in some kind of a not time loop, but we travel through time in this story, and we still in the first part of this journey with this mate who definitely not human. Maybe not, maybe yes, who knows. But this silver white haired girl, for example, called herself a witch. So this story can be more and more intriguing. So let's return to our journey, to these memories of this Rose Mansion. Wait a second. Yeah. I didn't see the object of the menu. Hello, Nikist. Hello. Wait a second. It can be really loud because One Piece is too not silent. I always need to increase volume level when I watch One Piece because of some issues with the sound in this series. No, in my perspective. So let's return slowly but surely. Time tracked onward, everyone working toward their own individual goals. Each early summer breeze that blew through the garden was like God's hallowed breath, carrying the flowers' fragrance in through Rose Manor's windows. Manors, not mansion. Not mansion, but manor, it kind of simple. Not similar, but close. If only time could be stopped and this beautiful era made to live on through eternity. As usual, Mel's eye chased after the white-haired girl, and Nellie pursed her lips in frustration at him. But she was still rather docile. And then took into account how self-centered she behaved, how fickle her temper, Nellie's feet were still no worse than a playful kitten. See, at that very moment, her lively little feline had her claws poised to swat at the flaxen-haired young man. Okay. Mal, you promised me. Or have you forgotten? I haven't forgotten, I'm just asking if we can go another day. Another day? This isn't something that happens every day. I've been looking forward to tonight's performance for so long. There's nothing I can do about it. We're having a gathering in the priest home tonight. Several high-ranking officials have come up from the mainland just for this. Who cares? I care. You know, Nelly, it doesn't have to be me who goes with you. No, want to go with you, Mel. You've been so distant lately, dearest Mel. You refuse to do anything with me. That's not true. Tell me, if you can go today, when can you? When will you be willing to go out with me? When will you be willing to play cards with me? To have tea together? I can't make any promises. I have things to do, obligations. And Nelly, you are almost an adult yourself. Stop acting like such a child. I'm not an adult yet, I'm still a kid. If it means I don't get to play with you anymore, dear Mel, then I don't want to be an adult. Nelly, you can't. Lady Nelly, the master wishes to speak with you. Huh? Father does? What could he want? Go on, Nelly, you can make father wait. He is very particular about people keeping their appointments. Yes, he is, unlike you, dearest Mel. What got her in such a full mood? Oh, thank goodness for small miracles. Nearly just one seemed to make me and my word lately. You mustn't be so harsh on her. So it's your one and only darling little sister. You're right, but still, she's taken in a bit too far of late. I'm not so sure. She doesn't not seems to be behaving any different to me. Am I the one acting differently then? Well, enough about that. Can I ask you a favor? Me? What can I do for you? I was thinking... Physically, Mel was undeniably a young man, but the smirk that crossed his lips as he skimmed gave his face the sweet look of a little boy. Or perhaps that was simply part of his charm and it was not the age disparity, but his character that made his smile so heartwarming. What did he ask of me? You shall find out soon enough. This mate is all about the secret. Or secrets in general. It's cloudy. And thank goodness for that too. Though it will be even better. Oh, she outside the mansion. If it were even darker out. I believe the textile shop was around here. Hi there. Lord Mel, fancy meeting you here. Yeah, what a surprise. So, what do you say we take this chance and go for a little walk? Since you are sensitive to the sunlight, we can keep our eyes out for shadowy areas as we go. I don't know, umbrella wasn't invented in 17th century. You can use some kind of a different device for that, maybe, and prevent this kind of stuff. Okay. And if you feel unwell, just let me know. I was sent out to run an errand. Don't worry about that. Come on, follow me. I'm sorry, if I'm actually wasn't an accident that we crossed paths. I planned this out ahead of time, asked to have you sent out on a fake errand. It feels like I'm always on alert back at the mansion. I can't relax in my own house. It's actually kind of funny. Sorry, that was inappropriate of me. I just thought since the sun's mostly blocked out, it would be alright if... I'm feeling just fine. Yeah, they really like to be silent. Yeah, this awkward silence. Yeah. Let's return to it. Of course, I get her out of the house and I can't even think of anything to say. Hey, yes? Have you settled into to life at the mansion? I have. Everyone has been such a big help. And that's good to hear. Indeed. Yes? Nelly told me she had you help redecorate her room some time back. Ah, yes, that was shortly after I arrived. What's of it? Yeah, that's the day Nelly told me that you don't. I don't? Never mind, sorry, it's not important. It is important. Is it important? But I can't just ask how she feels about me. It will make it sound like I sound like I do, don't I? Lord Mel? Oh, sorry, I had something on my mind. It looked like it might rain again today. The weather usually gets better as summer approaches, not worse like it has been. It won't be a heavy storm, though. No? The wind is too gentle. You can tell from that? She's a witch. Probably. Um. Hmm. I'm not sure, but probably some people was burned to death for forecasting the weather or just guessing. I hope not. Vaguely, but yes. Huh, that's impressive. I often leave the house unprepared, only to find myself sloshing back in the rain. You laugh a lot more than you used to. Do I? Yeah, and I liked it. You look better with a smile on your face. A smile suits Lady Nelly much more than I. What? Her smile and your smile are completely different. Also, a smile suits you as well, Lord Mel. Do you really think so? What I'm supposed to do with the face of a smile like that? In the face of a smile like that. So, yes? Knowing her, if I ask if I'm imposing, she'll say no without hesitation. Trying to cover myself isn't going to get me anywhere. Hold on a second. I never did get you those flowers like I promised. There was a single white rose blooming in the garden. I was planning to give it to you, but it disappeared before I had the chance. Ah. This flower, if I remembered this correctly, she took this flower and this flower became red. So I'd like you to have this. It's not a real rose, but the one that wilt either. Mel was holding an ornamental white rose. It was an impressively detailed replica of the real thing, crafted by an incredibly skilled artisan's hand. It was, I imagine, made by the same craftsman from whom Mel had ordered Nerva's birthday necklace. The young man who, but a handful of days earlier, had said he had no sweetheart, had come in to commission a present for a girl. The master of the shop must have been quite surprised. Or perhaps it had given him a good laugh instead. It was for this moment that so desperately sought for time together with the white-haired girl. I don't know what you like, so I had to base it on my sister's tastes. My apologies, I cannot accept this. Is the design not to your liking? No, I just... If you're concerned about how much I paid for it, don't be. I just want you to have it, that's all. Please. Why are you so kind to me? Why? Because I'm sorry. I can accept it. A clear glint of flustered panic was visible in her red eyes. There is no a girl in the world whose heart would not flutter at the sight of the sparkling rose accessory. But her reaction was far from delight. As a matter of fact, there were traces of fear and apprehension in her countenance. I really like, with air quotes, how the maid create her sentences. She really like really complicated words for me. Countenance, apprehension, yeah. Sweet, sweet words. I beg your pardon. Hold on. With the look of distress on her face, the white-haired girl made to run off, but Mel grabbed her by the arm in the nick of time. At least, tell me why. Is it because you dislike me? I never said. Something wrong with me. From the day you arrived at the mansion, it's like I haven't been myself. I've been strangely affluter even since then. Whether I try to study or whatever I try to read, none of it sticks. I'm just looking at pages of x-rays and rows of letters only for them to disappear as soon as I look away. It's all because of you. I truly, I'm sorry. Please, don't be any more generous than you already have. When I'm with you, my willpower wavers. What do you mean by that? I'm so sorry. Wait! Mel's grip loosened for a moment, allowed her to slip free, and dart off like a gust of wind, not giving him a chance to stop her a second time. The dumbfounded. I know word founded. I know word dump, but dumbfounded. Something like fooled? Maybe. I don't know. Flaxen hair. Boy stood frozen in place, left all by himself. The breeze which the white-haired girl has called gentle earlier felt faintly chilly, almost as if mocking him. It looked like she even less fond of me than I thought. God, I'm crying. I'm pathetic. Well, if it isn't Mal, what might you be? Are you crying? I'm so pitiful. Sorry you had to see this. Think nothing of it. I'm passed by a girl just a few moments ago. She appeared to be rather distressed as well. Did something happen between the two of you? I wasn't good enough, it seems. Not good enough? That was the new maid I was telling you about before. It was, like you said, father was keen on her quite. Enough to bring me to tears like a miserable child. But she rejected me. I have waited that takes to be a stand-in prince. Mal, I apologize for complaining to you about this. I'm completely hopeless. Mal, Please don't try to cheer me up. I don't need any sympathy. No, Mel, listen to me. What? I have seen that girl before. What do you mean? But, you said she was a servant at your house, right? In which case... Yes, she is. Please tell me, Father, where did you see her? Why must you be so evasive? It was probably someone else. Someone else? You're saying you mistook someone who stands out as much as her? Father. She and a man whom I assume is her father paid a visit to the church once. They came asking for food. They closed in tatters. The two were emaciated, and I think they were eating daily. What? Wait a minute, you're saying she's a beggar? But Father said she came from esteemed house, which is why I said I might be mistaken, Mel. She was a singular aspect, but it is possible there's another girl who looks similar. Deep down, though, the priest surely believed the opposite, and so he said sternly, like teacher to a pupil. But he must be absolute certain, Mel, understood? He cannot proceed any further without knowing her ancestry. Is this... Yeah, this is important because he from the rich family, so being in love with low class is not an option most of the time. So if she from the poor family, it can be problem from many perspectives. May I visit the church, Father? By all means. I'm in the back of Mel's mind the vision of the ninth of the storm, the night the white-haired girl arrived at the mansion was surely replaying. She had been wearing little more than rags and covered in green, hardly the appearance of a respectable young lady of class. Have I been putting her through unnecessary stress? If she actually turned out to be nameless, to be rankless, no matter where she comes from, my heart is decided. I will not fool myself about how I feel any longer. No, I cannot fool myself. But how does she feel? What will everyone else think? I have not found out why she was welcomed into our house. I'll ask mother or father. No. If for some reason they don't know she isn't aristocratic, I am better off not saying anything. But if they don't, then does that mean she's been lying to us and to them? I have to find out. This time I must get answers. No, absolutely not. You come back and the third thing you say is that? I hate you, Father. I will not stand for this. Why? Why would he just suddenly throw that at me? He didn't even ask for my opinion. No, I won't do it. I'm fine the way things are. I'm just fine. Dearest Mel, I need your help. I don't. Want to get married? Yeah. We can see this. Again, a young girl from the rich family. Her fate, most of the time, decided by the parents. This may seem sudden, but I must confess that I made a grave mistake. My transgression is that I was unable to completely predict where this path we were traveling led. My hands were full dealing with my immediate day-to-day tasks. So I do not but pray there was happiness waiting in the future. Happiness for everyone who lived within Rose Manor. But I am but a mere maid. Mare. There are limits to what I am allowed to do. And furthermore, it was not my place to offer her my hand. Roads, such as the one we were following, have a way of diverging with little warning. And if you do not turn the wheel exactly right at those sudden forks, you may end up somewhere horribly off course. I was well aware of that fact, which is why I thought that what I did was for the best. It happened again. I made sure the door was closed, but I can sense someone standing there. Someone watching me. Footsteps. They are looking down at me. I want to open my eyes, but I can't do it. Curses. You are just going to leave without doing anything, aren't you? There, hurry up and get out of here. Free me from this torture. No, tonight, Dara. They're on my bed now, looking down on me. My neck. I can't speak, I can't move. These cold fingers, that soft breath. Why? I can move my body, but that's not important right now. Oh. Oh! What the? You smell of roses? The scent of a world far removed from ours. He made to gasp at the sight before him only to realize he could not. He made to gasp at the sight before him only to realize he couldn't. The pressure of her cold fingertips wrapped around his throat robbed him almost entirely of the ability of breathe. Why? He silently mouthed the word. For that moment at least her melancholic ruby eyes were focused wholly on the legs and hair of the young man. In them glowed a faint flicker of willpower and continuously burning, agitating that roused her to action. I told you to stop being so kind to me. Why? It will all be over, and please don't make any noise. Why? To put an end to this family. You are my only... Why? Are you shaking? What? Upon hearing Mel's word, the strength drained from her slender fingers. He had not been questioning why she would do such a thing. There was, of course, a trace of bewilderment visible in his eyes, but he did not shout, nor did he tremble in fear. He instead expressed concern for the young woman who looked like a cornered rabbit. I'm not shaken. You are. I can see it. As he slowly regained his breath, Miles' voice too grew clearer. Conversely, the red-eyed girl grew progressively more faint and raspy. You are not doing this because you genuinely want to. There is some other reason. This is what I desire. Have you been to my room before? You have? I'm sorry. Oh, he's laughing in this absolutely not awkward and creepy moment. Well, I'll be damned. Tell me, why are you shaking? You are not putting any pressure on my neck. Why haven't you run? Because I cannot fathom why you will do this, so I'm not afraid. Do you hate me so deeply you want me dead? Do you despise me to the point you would be willing to take my life with your own hands? No, I don't. See, like I said, there's another reason. If it isn't because you detest me, then tell me why this. I'm sorry, I will leave your room now. I'll do my best not to bother you any further, so please forget anything ever happened. Do you think I'm just going to say okay and let you go? Why can't you tell me the reason? I'm sorry. Alright, then I'll try and guess. What? It has something to do with your lineage? Lineage? You're troubling, but somehow, am I right? I thought so. How? Do you know about that? The priest at the church told me he had seen you before. He also told me a little about your origin. But that's all I know. That's only difference between us is social rank. I don't know what would cause you to do this. Please tell me who you really are. Tell me why you came to the mansion and why father allowed you to be a mate. I haven't said anything to mother or father. If you're hiding the truth from them, they still don't know. But I won't. I won't get mad at you or have you punished. I'll even swear to God if you'd like. I want to be the prince who whisks you away. Oh, young Mel. I want to be like the prince who rescued the girl from the dark mansion and showed her the world. I know I'm not that dependable, but I want to help you. Why do you show me such compassion? Why do you treat me like this? I have my hand around your neck. Why? I thought it would be obvious. Or have I not expressed myself well enough? I love you. Every time you push away, it crushes me. I didn't even know my heart could feel such distress. If you dislike me and don't want to be with me then, well, I'll just have to live with that. As such as it may hurt. But if you have some other reason, some weight on your shoulders that you can share with anyone else, tell me. I want to help you. There's other options. Things we can do about your... No, that's not it. Huh? I've tried to hate you so many times, so yes, there's more to it than just social status. But I can't do it. I couldn't make myself do it. What do you mean? I have so many chances, but I couldn't do anything. She spoke in a stifled voice, as if every word had to fight to escape her lips. She appeared so fragile, so precocious, looking down at him that it seems I thought if a gust of wind were to whisk through the room, it would blow her away completely. Her pale fingers were trembling, like she had tried to squeeze them again and failed. However, her hands did not pull away from his still slender neck. Her hand is so cold. He did not challenge her, but simply kept his eyes fixed on hers, as if carefully watching to see what she will do next. I'll say it as many times as I must. I love you. And I wouldn't be able to accept losing you without knowing anything. So please tell me the reason. I'll see to it that you are taken care of. Those are the words of a man of means, Lord Mel. Of someone blessed enough to have pity for others. You are a foolish young man. You know nothing. Jon Snow. It's a completely different story. But the greatness full of all is myself, If you are agreed to punish me, I will talk. Tell me. Her long white hair and his soft flaxen hair touched. For just the briefest of moments, it appeared in the darkness as though they had fused together. The white-haired girl, having finally gathered the courage, began to slowly tell her tale. On the night of the storm, I paid a visit to Rose Manor's this mansion. My father and I were always on the move, traveling across the land by foot, so it was only recently that we heard rumors of Rose Manor. There are several reasons we couldn't stay in one place. First is my unusual appearance. People often find the color of my skin or eyes disconcerting. So after living in our one place for long enough, unsettling rumors would begin to spread, forcing us to leave. Another reason was my father's line of work. He painted pictures for a living. But he had trouble finding a patron, so he had to work day to day. When he was no longer able to find work in the city, he would move. We were birds that migrated without a flock. When we arrived at this town, my father was exhausted and weak. That is when he learned of Rose Manor and the family who dwelled within it. Rhodes is a name my father could never forget. He was long ago a painter in service of the Rhodes family. Hold on. Your father was an artist here? Yes. It was before I was born, so you probably don't remember, Lord Mel. So you knew about us before you came here? For as long as I can remember, I've known the name Rhodes. My father was chased from your house just because they didn't like something he painted. Having failed the Rhodes family, no one else would become his patron. Just as a good reputation spreads, so too does a bad one. Branded once as a failure, no one will take you in ever again. Your noble through your parties and spread your gossip about this painter of that that sculptor. The rose you tried to give me is an example of that. It was certainly crafted with skill, but the jeweler is only known because some aristocrats spoke highly of him. My father's paintings were no less skillful. He was a talent that could not be easily imitated. But no one was willing to separate the art from the artist. The Rhodes family stole everything from my father. But even thrown out onto the stress, his only skill was painting. That was all he could do to earn a living. What little money we had for food, he gave to me. He did anything he could to ensure my survival, even at the expense of his own well-being. My father passed away in this town. Up until his last breath, he was only ever concerned about me. He held me in his arms and ran his finger through my hair, an apologetic look in his face. If I had a normal appearance, I'm sure life would have been much easier. He had always telling me how sorry he was for making life so hard, even though it's not his fault I look like this. I disdained the Rhodes family for putting us. No, for putting my father through such hardship. I imagine you were still living in a decadence, acting as though nothing had ever happened. No, you wouldn't either care about the fate of one simple painter. Our lives means nothing to you, and so I sought to bring misfortune upon you. And that's why you tried to kill me? In truth, I had wanted to take the master's life, but your father spent so much time outside the mansion. And so, you're right. If they lost me, it would put my family in a very difficult position. That is why. This is the whole of my tale. Yeah, it was a sad story of her life. And yeah, life of the artist in those times completely different. Even right now, you sometimes can't provide enough money to live a decent life if you are an artist. And if you were an artist in those times, it was completely different thing. Again, you need a patron, to provide you enough money. But if you lose it, you can be in a difficult situation after that. So that was the case for the father of the white-haired girl. You now know about my father and how I feel about you. Having told you of the blackness in my heart, I cannot go on living like nothing has changed. Please give me punishment. Why? Why would you have me put the one I love through any more misery? I am not fit for your affection. Not only because I am not aristocratic, but because every time I spoke with you I did so holding this darkness in my heart. This did not unnerve you? In the end, it was my family's action that caused you so much suffering. Well, that your father was still alive, perhaps they could have done something. I'm sorry. And besides, you hesitated. You didn't actually kill me. What I ever to punish you for? As you said, you had countless opportunities, but you could not bring yourself to do it. Tell me, why could you kill me? Because if it's because I have given you enough reason to have even the slightest bit of interest in me. Nothing was as I envisioned it. Nothing was as I envisioned it. What? I assumed the residents of Rose Manor would be called people who believed that wealth and rank mattered above all. But on the night of the storm, the mistress was the first one to extend her hand to me. I arrived at the mansion disguised as a beggar. Actually, disguised is not right word, as many nights I only survived on the generosity of others. The mistress did not send me away when she saw me. Quite the opposite. She took me in as a servant. So that was mother's doing. I could scarcely believe she would invite a stranger into her home, that she would treat a stranger with such compassion. I thought perhaps she knew who my father was. But I had never met any of you before, so she must simply be that kind-hearted a woman. And the mistress continued to treat me with kindness, despite my disquieting appearance and the darkness in my heart. In time, I began to grow less and less sure of myself. Was what I meant to do truly right? Were the things I felt truly justified? But it was a certain fact that my father was here and that he had been chased out. So I decided I should take your life to put an end to everything before I wavered in the thought. And then, you were too kind to me. It's all your fault, because you laughed with such affection, because you give me a smile like that, because you say the things you say. You... I'm sorry. No, no, don't apologize. I'm so happy to hear that, despite the unusual circumstances. Please don't say you want to leave. Then ask me to punish you. I couldn't do anything for your father, but at least allow me to do something for the daughter he cared for so dearly. You are far too kind-hearted. I'll be happier with you around. You can become a real aristocrat. Huh? There's families that will be willing to adopt you, especially knowing it would bring them ties to the Rose family in the near future. Are you saying... As long as you're okay with that, of course. I don't understand how you could possibly say that. I have my hands around your neck even as we speak. Maybe he into this? Maybe harder. What? Who knows? I'm just... it seems reasonable enough to me. I'm desperately looking for some way not to have to lose you. But I don't know any etiquette or sexual customs. How could I? You can learn all of that. You're pretty and naturally graceful. You're do just fine. You are such an aristocrat, Lord Mel. What? The way you can come up with compliments so easily, only for you. Nelly says my poetry has as much charm as a dissertation. I don't understand theater. It put me to sleep. You laughed. That goodness. Thank goodness. Huh? Keep smiling. You don't have to stop. A smile on your face is a smile on mine. No matter how deep the darkness has taken root in your heart, it can always be removed. I believe people are capable of forgiving their own futures. What do you say we go to the theater sometime? I promise I won't sleep through it. At the private theater we can get seats at the far end of the second floor so we don't have to stand. They wouldn't be pretty lavish seats, and it would give you a chance to experience the noble life. But please don't be shy. I can have clothes prepared for you. I'll ask one of the maids who can keep a secret. Say the one with black hair. She kind of scared me though. I don't know what I am supposed to say. How could you show such compassion for me? I tried to inflict harm upon you. Am I allowed to feel such joy? For every day you suffered a day of happiness. That's how it has to be. So stand by my side. He softly whispered the girl's name. Maybe we can finally know her name. Probably. I'm not insist, but again, it can be shorter than white-haired girl. For several moments, her lips trembled in trepidation. Trepidation. Oh, trepidation. But in time, she squeezed them together and made a smile. He wrapped his arms around her unbelievably slender, frail frame, holding her tight in an affectionate embrace. Mel approached me the next day. He explained to me the course of events and then asked me to dress her up more beautifully than any other noble girl had ever been. She was already a very pretty girl, so even without much effort on my part, simply putting her in a dress, she radiated beauty. I was quite partial to her smile, so I agreed to help, thinking that it would lead lead to their happiness, I could not ask for anything more. I never anticipated what would happen next, though. Huh. Perhaps my hopes were unreasonable after all. Of course, it can be just butterflies and rainbows. It can be. Now, Nelly, you love the theater. Oh. Arthur probably a probable fiance of the Nelly, who was introduced to her from her father, probably. And they, as a couple, went to the theater, and at the same day as her brother and the silver white-haired girl. And of course it can create a really unsettling situation. It's new character, definitely. In one of the previous scenes, Nelly told us, because she talking to herself, definitely. She was talking to her father, and she get the fight with him, and probably it's all about the new fiance, and probably he is Arthur, so it's about how they call marriage with interests from family. And why this music so creepy again? It's all about creepy music. Okay, let's return to the story. Now, Nelly, you love the theater, so don't look so cross. Nelly was out with a man other than her brother that in a right side indeed, and she was quite clear in a full mood. I will not stand for this, that I should have to marry a man as disagreeable as Arthur. It's unthinkable. The young man at her side was Nelly's fiancé, selected by her parents. On any other occasion, she would have snapped an invitation from any man who was not male, but she had little say in this matter. She was, for lack of a better word, forced to go out with him. And oh, how furiously she fought against it. She had showed the side the beguiled, trying to fasten her corset, locked herself in her room and sobbed for quite some time. It required the combined efforts of several of us to get her ready and out the door for her day. It's not really a great destiny to noble girls. It's most of the time they were forced to be married. But at least her fiance is not old creepy guy. But it's still forced. Okay. Come now, you should at least pretend you're enjoying yourself. Or do you want people to think we don't get along? Do we get along? Well, I want to for what it's worth. What it's worth to you is my name, not me. Are you really going to be like that? I went out of my way to take you to your favorite play. The least you could do is be a little kinder to me. What was it called again? Romeo and Juliet? It's been running for 6 or 7 years now. A family like yours or mine could pay to have a brand new script written. So why should we have to see an old play at a theater full of commoners? It might be private, but even so, I would rather just have a show put on at my estate. Stop talking already. Why should I have to marry someone like you? I have absolutely no desire to marry you. Whatever it takes, I will put a stop to this. I'll talk to father as many times as I must. Please, don't make such a scene. It's shameful. There's people around. Remember your respectful young family you represent. Besides, our family are hardly strangers to one another. Try as you might, I doubt you can get rid of me. No matter what you say, you can break this engagement. You don't. Your parents gave you too much freedom, and look at what a spoiled little girl you became because of it. Goodness, you are going to be quite the handful. Get off your high horse. No, you are the one on a high horse, Nelly. You are going to be my wife. You could at least put some effort into liking me. What happened when I take you to a social engagement and you act like this? It's shameful to the both of us. This coming from someone who used to call me Lady Nelly. What is your problem? When you choose to act like a lady, I gladly call you that again. Goodness gracious. Put yourself in my shoes for a second. I have to marry a bright little girl because it will help my family. How dare you talk about me that way? You are not a damned princess. Open your eyes. If you think talking to your father will get you out of this marriage, you're welcome to try. I doubt he'll have it though. Otherwise, you can just go complain about it to your friends. Oh, that's right. As far as I am aware, you don't have any friends. Enough. As you wish. This is so frustrating. Well, should I have to listen to this jerk mock me? I have Mel. I know if father won't listen to me, I'll ask Mel to talk to him. Mel will be able to convince him. Come on now, your favorite play is about to start. Maybe you should face forward. Enjoy it while it lasts. You won't be talking down to me much longer. What? Is that? Wait, Nelly! Get back here! What is that damned child's problem? I didn't give her permission to leave. Father will be sure to hear about this. I cannot have the roads making any more of a fool of me. You're fine, don't be shy. Oh, but so many people are looking at me. That's because you're gorgeous. No, it's because I look strange. I assure you that's not the case. Is it true you have an unusual appearance, but right now the unique color of your hair, your skin, and your eyes are served to accentuate your beauty. You should sound like a prince, Lord Mel. Well, do you think so? I mean, I did say that I'd be a stand-in prince for you, but I think you're a wonderful prince, not just a stand-in. Which makes you're my princess then. I don't... Oh, you're supposed to say yes, I am there. You are going to make me sad. I guess I'll just have to keep working at it until you submit. She always she looks like a doll. These the name of the material. I don't know this word in English. Oh, hey, the play is about to start. What I'm supposed to be doing? Nothing in particular, just sit back and enjoy the show. Oh, but there's this one thing. Yes? If I start dozing off, could you maybe wake me up? Huh? Ne? What? Dearest Mel? Nelly? Dearest Mel, why are you? What are you doing here? I asked her to join me. Porcelain or just chat? Okay, probably she looks like a porcelain doll. Maybe it's not such a thing, but yeah. Okay. I asked her to. I don't know. When I hear about porcelain, I just try to remember the name of the this anime with Marin Kitagawa. In Japanese, it was my brain don't work properly before sleep. Ask her to join me. It's nothing to get worked up over. It is. It absolutely is. How many times did I ask you to come with me and you wouldn't? You don't even like theater, dear man, and you brought her? You are right. I'm not especially fond of plays, but I wanted her to be able to see one. Why are you making such a big deal out of this, Nelly? She's not suitable for you. What? She isn't good enough for you. Why would you choose her? She's creepy and you have no idea where she came from. Don't talk about her like that, Nelly. But you don't even know who's her family is. I do. What? Lord Mel. It's fine, you just stay quiet. Like the other maids, she comes from the respectable house. I looked into it. However, circumstances prevent me from telling you what house that is. No, you are lying. That can't be. She doesn't act like a lady. She lacks etiquette, and she probably can't even dance. You expect me to believe someone like her is from a good house? Enough already, Nelly. Mel yelled at me. You have my word, you don't have to worry about her. So please, stay out of this, Nelly. It isn't any of your business if I spend time with her, is it? But dearest Mel. You need to stop hanging all over me, Nelly, and find someone for... Wait. What are you doing at the theater? Are you here alone? Huh? Yes, dearest Mel, about that, I have a favor to ask for you. I've been waiting to talk to you about this since yesterday, but I haven't seen you at all. Settle down, Nelly. What is it? Father had me engaged without consulting me. And he picked Arthur, the disagreeable little... Oh, right, that. I already know. What? I heard it from Father. That reminds me you didn't show up at the breakfast this morning. I see now. It was because of your engagement. Dearest Mel, is that who you are here with today? In that case, you should get back to him rather than waste any more time with us. It probably really hurt. It hurts Nelly really. It's such a pain for her. Just a backstab from her uh, elder brother. Elder brother. Ah. You knew I didn't want to get married, Mel, so why? Why did you talk father out of it? Because it's your time, Nelly. If there's someone else you'd rather be with, then well, you can try persuading father, but you are the only prince for me, dearest Mel, and a prince always grants his princess wishes, doesn't he? I just want you to say you'll do that for me, dearest Mel. Lady Nelly, you stayed out of it. Yeah, emotional damage. Definitely. It's all your fault. It's all because you showed up and played your little tricks on him. I warned you about this rat, dearest Mel. She's not suitable for... I told you I had enough already. Oh. It's such a drama. How much longer are you going to continue acting like a child? I can deal with your being a spoiled little girl, but how dare you be so derisive to someone else? Mel, hit me. Lord Mel. Go on, the show about to start. People are giving us dirty looks. Return to your betrothed now. I will apologize to him afterwards as well. You said you would always be by my side. That you would always be my prince. The time for make-believe in past, Nelly. No, I refuse to believe it. I will not have it. Nelly! My goodness, that girl. Are you not going to go after her, Lord Mel? No, just let her go. The only place she even has to go is home. I just wish she'd start acting a little more like an adult. I imagine Lady Nelly simply... She what? No, it just wasn't my intention to get between you. Don't blame yourself, it's not your fault we had an argument. But you two are so close. Well, yeah, we're siblings, so we're close, but nothing more. I do care about Nelly and I enjoy spending time with her. But she's my sister, nothing more. You in the game from the Japanese game developers. Anyway, sorry for making such a scene. No, I imagine she left her brother betrothed behind without saying anything, so I'm going to go apologize to him. We have to keep us appearances. Stay here, I'll be right back. Very well. Master, what are your thoughts on the tale so far? It's really dramatic. I'm not the master, but I play this role in this play. I try to remember from what in what century Shakespeare wrote his. It's definitely not 17. It's probably 16th century, maybe, or 70th. Because for them, Romeo Juliet is not such an old story. I don't remember it. But it's kind of a this type of stories. It's definitely will be a tragedy. We can say it already because and I really concerned about Nelly behavior because she is in the very bad state of her mind. Yeah. Which of the siblings do you think was in the right? The master, the brother, or the sister? It's not about being in the right, I guess. It's all about perspective, and of course, for Nelly, being dependent on her brother so much, it kinda not weird. It's okay, but she kinda tried to cross this line of normality, I guess. But her brother can be more kind. He can be kinder for her in these circumstances because he just ignored this fact. She is going to be married without her concern. It's really bad, but in this time period, I guess it's just okay situation. But he focused on his own happiness and ignored her sister. Probably not okay. Yeah, it's definitely common for the time, definitely. But she is her little sister, and he can be more compassion for her. Okay. I apologize for an abrupt question. Did I startle you? What do I think? Yes, I believe Mel was probably right. He was also surely happier than her. As Mel had anticipated, Nellie fled from the theater, leaving her fiancé behind. She forced her way until a carriage stopped outside, probably one hailed for a different nobleman, and ordered it to take her home. Mel's assumption was correct. The only place she had to return was the mansion. The sun was beginning to set, and as a young lady, she could not simply go wandering through town alone. Nor did she have any acquaintance to take her in. Her world was in essence composed of two elements, her brother and the Rose Garden. They were the light of her life at Rose Manor. She lived a very isolated existence. Poor Nelly. So, I guess this is a great time to say goodbye for today and call it a day. So, thank you for accompanying in this short stream. I'm going to continue this story at Friday, and probably this will be my schedule for near weeks, Wednesday and Friday before sleep. This story really entertained me, so I want to return to it. I completely understand it's not a short story, and that I try to read it all the time. It enlarge this story definitely, but that's okay because I feel more and more confidence in reading in English in front of the small audience. So again, thank you for the company, and if you're watching the VOD of this stream, so again, thank you, goodbye, and see ya again later. Bye bye.